Kazakhstan and Kenya are looking to take their partnership to a new level. For Astana, Nairobi is not only a gateway to the 300 million strong East African market, but also one of the main sources of tea that has become a staple in many Kazakh households. The two countries are now aiming to expand trade and develop new logistic routes. The main challenge, however, is the vast distance separating them. But in today's world of modern diplomacy and global business, geography is becoming less of a barrier. How do Astana and Nairobi plan to bring their countries together? In the report by Yergali Ramazanova.
A new chapter in Kazakh-Kenyan relations began in 2023 when Kassym-Jomart Tokayev and William Ruto held their first face-to-face meeting on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in New York. What started as a discussion on untapped opportunities from trade and logistics to agriculture and investment turned into an official invitation to Astana. Almost 3 years later, that diplomatic gesture has evolved into a full-fledged state visit. The growing economic ambitions of Kenya could be seen in the delegation that arrived in Astana alongside President Ruto. More than 40 leading Kenyan companies joined for the visit. Welcoming his counterpart, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev highlighted Nairobi's growing international role as one of Africa's key diplomatic hubs and home to major UN institutions. In recognition of Kenya's rising importance for Astana, Kazakhstan announced plans to open its embassy in Nairobi. For his part, President Ruto described Kazakhstan as an important logistical hub for the development of trade and investment, pointing to the country's strategic position linking key Eurasian markets.
Kazakhstan stands at the heart of Eurasia, while Kenya is a leading hub of East Africa. This gives our partnership a significance that goes beyond bilateral relations. Together, Kazakhstan and Kenya can build a stronger bridge between Central Asia and Africa, linking markets, transport routes, investment flows.
Transport, agriculture, IT and tourism emerged as some of the key areas for future cooperation between Astana and Nairobi. The two leaders also discussed the possibility of launching direct flights, which could significantly strengthen business and people-to-people ties. Alongside bilateral issues, the presidents also exchanged views on major international developments.
Nairobi аймақтық қақтығыстарды реттеуді
Nairobi actively supports peace initiatives aimed at resolving regional conflicts. Kenya also continues to make consistent contribution to strengthening peace and stability across the African continent. Kazakhstan highly appreciates this effort. Our countries share similar positions on many global issues. Both countries believe that international problems should be resolved exclusively through peaceful and diplomatic means, namely through dialogue and negotiations. An agreement was also reached to strengthen cooperation with the United Nations and other international organizations.
The expanded talks resulted in the adoption of a joint statement and the signing of major agreements, paving the way for deeper cooperation across a wide range of sectors, from investments, digital technologies and tourism to transport, space and mining.
To strengthen connectivity and regional integration, we have signed a memorandum of understanding aimed at enhancing cooperation in intermodal and multimodal transport systems. We also discussed closer collaboration between Kazakhstan's key transport corridors and Eastern Africa's Northern Corridor and Lapsed Corridor in order to facilitate trade, strengthen regional integration, and enhance global connectivity.
While high-level negotiations were underway at the Palace of Independence, business leaders were building connections of their own at the Astana International Financial Center. Around 150 entrepreneurs took part in the Kazakhstan-Kenya Business Forum, including representatives of Kenyan companies looking to expand trade and investment ties with Central Asia. Business leaders from Kazakhstan and Kenya were given a rare opportunity to meet face-to-face and discuss the key question: what the two countries can offer each other. The potential areas for cooperation are numerous. However, perhaps the biggest stumbling block remains logistics. More than 6,000 kilometers separate our countries. Still, both the Kazakh and Kenyan sides presented their proposals today on how to bridge that distance, at least in terms of business. One well-known fact about Kazakhstan: people here love tea, and Kenya happens to be one of its largest suppliers. Now, Kenyan entrepreneurs are looking to expand their presence on the Kazakh market, shipping tea in large containers, establishing packaging hubs inside Kazakhstan, and delivering high-quality products directly to local consumers.
Last year, 2025, we did ship to Kazakhstan 24 million kilos of tea. We produce more than 350 million, but we just did, let's say that is a smaller percentage, maybe only just 10%. But if you get more partners, if you got more customers in this market, the 24 million kilos, we can even increase it by 10%.
But tea is just one part of a much bigger trade picture. The export potential between the two countries is broader, and it appears Astana and Nairobi may finally have found a way to overcome one of its biggest obstacles: logistics.
There is opportunities for everybody in multiple sectors. Today, the flowers you see in Kazakhstan have come to Kazakhstan through Netherlands. The coffee and tea is from Kenya. And we want to really scale that opportunity up so that we can be able to produce and value-add products in Kenya for the Kazakh market. And we also want Kazakh business people to take advantage of. For example, they're a leading hub for fertilizer, which can be shared with our Kenyan agricultural farmers. We want to really ensure we have a win-win relationship.
We're proposing to develop the North-South transport corridor. At the moment, 2 routes are being considered. The first would run through Omani ports to the Arabian Sea and further on to the East Africa. The Kenyan side is proposing to position itself as a single entry point to the African market. The second route would pass through Pakistan using multimodal transportation by road and then by sea to Kenya.
The two presidents later joined the participants of the forum. Kassym-Jomart Tokayev emphasized that Kenya serves as a key logistical gateway to East Africa, providing access to the East African Community Market, a region of nearly 300 million people.
We must connect the middle corridor with the vital maritime routes of Africa. To achieve this, we should fully leverage the Belt and Road Initiative, a global framework that was first announced in Astana 13 years ago. In this regard, Kazakhstan is ready to engage in cooperation with Kenya's Mombasa and Lamu ports, East Africa's largest transport and logistics hubs. Utilizing these harbors will significantly optimize Kazakh exports of metal products, construction materials, car batteries, agricultural and food products.
Together, we can build resilient food systems through irrigation cooperation, fertilizer production, agro-processing, commodity logistics, and export-oriented value chains serving both African and Eurasian markets.
During the press briefing and document signing ceremony, viewers may have noticed the colorful ribbon worn across William Ruto's shoulder. It is the Order of Dostik, First Class, one of the Kazakhstan's highest state honors, personally awarded to the Kenyan leader by Kassym-Jomart Tokayev in recognition of his contribution to strengthening bilateral ties.
President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, is awarded the Order of Dostik.
The visit concluded with a tour of the Alemaya International Artificial Intelligence Center, where Kassym-Jomart Tokayev and William Ruto explored Kazakhstan's ambitions to position itself as a regional technology hub. The two leaders were introduced to AI-powered solutions in urban management, including the Astana Smart City System, with its capabilities in video analytics, transport coordination and public safety. Yergali Ramazanoulis, again Pioneer, New Time.